pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Got any? Okay. Welcome to the June 20th Board of Trustees meeting here. I have 3 minutes here. Jay Deasing.
Good afternoon. My name is Jay Deasing. I'm a resident of the village at 109 Old Town Crossing. I think it's always evident but never more apparent than during an election cycle how much work you all do on behalf of our village. The energy, the effort that the Board of Trustees, that our village clerk, village attorney, and the real home run, Julie, do for our village is really tremendous. And I just want to thank all of you for the many hours that you put in, for all the work that you do, appearances that you make on behalf of the village, because it's noticed. I know people maybe don't thank you enough, but I'm here to at least certainly say thank you. And at the end of 12 years, Mark, nobody could have done more. Really fabulous mayor. We will miss your meetings, miss your council, and but thank you. I think one other thing that I did want to raise is that obviously the cycle also brought out some challenges that we have in the village, and I hope for the coming year the issue of affordable housing in our community can really take the top role of a priority that we will work on. And I think that in the past it's been easy to say, well, it's never going to happen in Southampton Village. And I think what that in a way means is that we're not going to have a diverse village, that we're not going to have young people, that we're not going to have a broad range of the economic sector represented, and that's wrong. I think we really need to not think about if we're going to have affordable housing, but how we are going to do it over the next few years. And I think just as we did with plastic bags, we took a leadership role. I think Southampton Village has the temperament, the effort, the minds that we can absolutely be a leader in coming up with some very specific proposals. And I'd like you all to consider putting together a community task force. We've got some great people who've already worked on this issue, but where we can work together with the town, CPF, maybe some of our bigger institutions, and come up with some ways of really hitting a home run on affordable housing. So I look forward to working with you on that, and wish you all the best. Wonderful retirement to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks. Back up, please.
Zach Epley, 225 West Prospect Street. I'll try to make this without crying. Dad, I'm here to tell you how proud I am of you and everything you've done in the last 12 years in the village. This is actually the second board meeting I've ever gone to. I went to the first one. I got sworn in. I just want to say goodbye. I'm proud to call you my dad, and I'm proud of everything you've done. So, thank you.
Okay. Oh. Thanks. Thanks. Sorry, guys. I can't even read the next name. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Oris Bliss.
Did you?
Is that you?
Right.
E-L, and I'm assuming it's you. Oris. E-L, blah, blah.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
My name is Oris Bliss. I'm a resident of Southampton Village, box 473. When I was in the Army in my final days, I remember saying I have 10 more days to go to freedom, so I wish you luck. Thank you for hearing me. Continuing my position which I took at the last Southampton Village Board meeting, I reasonably and respectfully request that the Southampton Village Board negotiate an intermunicipal agreement between Southampton Town and Southampton Village, granting Southampton Village home rule with equitable and proportionate control as of right with respect to CPF investments. Notice attached, it states that the Southampton Town Board public hearing will be held on July 11th with respect to the Southampton Town code change. Is Southampton Village subject to this Southampton Town code change, or will Southampton Village propose its own code change? Has Southampton Town worked with Southampton Village with respect to this code change? Has Southampton Village participated in the Southampton Water Quality Improvement Plan? John, our building inspector, reports that the Suffolk County Department of Health monitors wastewater septic systems, provides guidance, and the inspectors. He said that Southampton Town and Southampton Village building inspectors have no jurisdiction in these matters and appear to be not involved. It would appear that Mr. Bouvier, by the way, Mr. Bouvier is a Southampton Town councilman, I should have said, is addressing the use of proceeds from the CPF Water Quality Improvement Plan. Will the Southampton Town Board grant Southampton Village equitable and proportionate as of right control with respect to the CPF Water Quality Improvement investments? To date, Southampton Town Board has used CPF to transfer $100 million of CPF taxes to Southampton Town. Will the Southampton Village Board permit Mr. Bouvier to transfer another $100 million, or will it assert equitable, proportionate, as of right control? Furthermore, the Southampton Town Municipal Building services some 53,000 real estate parcels. Because it is located in the middle of Southampton Village, which only has 3,400 real estate parcels, Southampton Village residents bear important costs that should be paid for by Southampton Town residents. Southampton Town pays no real estate tax, and more than that, Southampton Village is deprived of any real estate taxes on this Southampton Town property. Southampton Village provides street parking, police, traffic control, and other municipal services for Southampton Town. Certain of these Southampton Town costs should be allocated to all 53,000 Southampton Town property owners, and not only to the 3,400 Southampton Village property owners. Southampton Village taxpayers represent some 21% of the total real estate taxable values for all of Southampton Town. However, Southampton Village suffers some 100% of certain of these Southampton Town municipal costs. Perhaps Southampton Town can address its admitted lack of space problems and move to Hampton Bays that it has threatened for some years, and have its own proper Southampton Town municipal building. In addition to the unreimbursed costs of Southampton Village, Southampton Town municipal building may be the largest emitter of wastewater in Southampton, distributing its nitrogen loads to our ponds. I am told that the hospital has its septics outside of Southampton Village. Perhaps the Southampton Board would agree to use the CPF funds to remediate some of the Southampton Village ponds as a payback for the free ride Southampton Village provided to Southampton Town, and to deal with the important nitrogen load emitted daily from the Southampton Town Municipal Building. Thank you.
Thanks, Horace. That's everybody who's signed up. Anyone else would like to speak that didn't sign up? Yeah.
Liskey, Department of Public Works. First, Rick, I'd like to say I'm going to miss you. You probably told me no more than anybody else here in the board. But I know you.
I'll tell you yes.
You always meant it to protect me and protect the village, and I thank you for the education you've given me over all these years. So I'll be sad to see you go.
Been a pleasure working with you as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mark as well. It's over a dozen years now.
Yeah.
And I mean, next to Bill here, you're probably one of the best mayors I've worked with, and worked with a lot. The one thing about you I always take is you didn't always tell me yes, but you were always honest with me. So you have my respect, and I'm going to miss you. Thanks.
Anyone else like to
Just
speak?
say one quick thing here. Horace, relative to your business with the Community Preservation Fund, it was just interesting. I rarely look at the newspaper to see where the sales were, and my wife just got my attention by saying, gee, a property just sold in the village for $31 million. Anyhow, in this week's issue of the press, where they list all the, and they have all the surrounding communities right out east, including Amagansett and East Hampton and so on, but the sales in the village of East Hampton in this week's paper, there were only 4 of them, but they totaled almost exactly $50 million, which 2% of that, and I think I allowed for even the 200,000 that's exempt or whatever the number is. They got $1 million out of us this week, and it's kind of interesting. Of course, it's next week. It won't be this way, but you've been on this on the beam on how much money we put in versus how much we got back, and I really do think on top of everything, I love the fact that the Corrigan property was bought, and Nancy brought me up to date on just how much was paid for it. But I think that looking forward, there aren't going to be very many places left that whatever the percentages we've gotten back on our contributions, they're going to get less unless we can have some good ideas on what to do about it. And Jay, I'm glad to see you and your group would take an interest in that issue, but it's amazing how to look at the other villages and see what they coughed up. This has been a bad week, I guess, in real estate, except in the village of Southampton, thanks to John Poster. But in any event, enough said.
May I respond to that?
Sure.
I know I've stayed my 3 minutes, so I'll be brief. As I said last week, the Southampton Town, the East Hampton Town Board has signed an intermunicipal agreement with East Hampton Village, granting certain rights and privileges to this East Hampton Village community. So we've now established that it's probably illegal and certainly a moral issue. And it seems to me that since $100 million have been squirreled away on the CPF to date, maybe there's some give back on the new CPF water quality program. They might consider, they've been sitting here in the middle of Southampton town, dropping all their nitrogen into our ponds. Maybe take part of that $100 million and clean up our ponds for us. Thank you very much.
Phil.
Could I say something on a different subject?
Yeah, come on up. It's the public comment zone.
Please change the subject.
I believe you will.
Your name and address, please.
My name is Phil Gay from Watermill, and have a happy retirement. I can't get emotional right now because I got something serious to talk about, but you've done a good job here, and you know, you're a friend, and I appreciate all the years that you just spent, your hard work. I have to talk about a topic that has been brought up before. A week ago Sunday, I was down at the picnic area, and I was down with a couple of friends, and at 4 o'clock, trucks started going down to Dune Beach. There was an event going on, and there was a catering truck, and then there was a bar truck, and then there was, and so I went down there to see what was going on, and a police officer finally came after probably 45 minutes, but he was under the impression that, and he was perfectly nice to me, he was a nice guy, he was under the impression that you could set up before 6 o'clock. And he said that he's seen this happen before, a lot of times. And I said, well, it's not allowed. And with what's going on, it just puts more eyes on what we don't want, you know. And I did happen to notice in the guidelines when we get permits for, the clam bakes on a beach. I did notice that the dates are, one of them is, on the sign, it says you can't drive May 15th through September 15th, but yet the guidelines say June 15th. And yeah, it's on that one page, and I did happen to see that. But regardless of what the paper says, if the sign says you can't drive on the beach till before 6 o'clock, you can't drive on the beach before 6 o'clock. So, I just was hoping that the board could talk to, our patrol people on the beaches, just so they're all on the same page, and that, if my company can't go down and I don't go down before 6 o'clock, then nobody should be able to go down before 6 o'clock, whether it's a private party or whatever it is. And that's, that one article, I don't know what it is, and I brought it up to Mimi the other day. So,
Yeah, I mean, Steve and I had a conversation about this. Going to be notifying everybody who had an active permit, and then the person that did that, you tell them you can have all your permits pulled if you do that again.
I think there's a discrepancy in a permit versus the code, and we have to take a look at that. And I've been talking to Mimi about it, but, this week with the election. And
yeah, I know it's kind of everything got put off because of...
it's getting that time of year where it's going to be happening a lot.
Yeah, well, the chief is here, and people are aware of it, and he's got a full beach patrol that's going to be out there, and if it's an education piece for his guys, and I'm sure he's going to take care of this. So.
But I do agree, I think you should notify everyone who has an active permit out there, just to reiterate it and tell them we're going to be watching.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Good. Okay.
Good retirement.
Thanks, Phil. I'll be seeing you. So, any more public comment? Close this, and we're going to go to election results here.
Okay, election was held, we had 876 votes cast. Mike Irving took the mayor spot with 477, and Bill and Nancy retained their seats for trustees with votes of 626 and 536 respectively. Congratulations.
I don't understand that. How can you have 6 and 5 and only 800 and something votes?
Well, we had a lot of write-ins,
Okay.
and some people don't vote for everybody on the ballot. They just vote for one. They might just vote for a mayor or just a trustee, so you can never reconcile it.
Right.
You did say the Russians had nothing to do with this election, right?
I didn't mention Russians. I did mention the Czechs, so.
But congratulations to everybody. I mean, winners, and Michael, congratulations. Rich, congratulations for a great run. Also, and congratulations to Bill and Nancy for being reelected and stuff. So it's it's a good board and good future here and stuff. And I wish the new mayor a lot of luck and.
Well, Mark, you're going to be a pretty tough guy to follow, let me tell you.
Oh, Bill set the standard for everybody, so it's some... Yeah,
That was the amateur hour.
At public hearings here, we have a local law amending section 116-17, 1C of the village zoning code here. So I'll make a motion to open the public hearing on the local law amending chapter of the zoning law. Rick, do you want to?
Second?
What's that?
Second.
Yes, as I mentioned last month when we introduced this, I was looking through the code recently after we did a local law amendment earlier this year on the gross floor area stuff. We have a subsection in our code that regardless of how big the lot is, under the formula for the allowable GFA, the maximum GFA can't exceed 18,000 square feet, no matter how big the lot is. That subsection, prior to the recent amendment, all of the GFA stuff was in subsection B. When we did the amendment earlier this year and broke it up into different districts, some of it is now still in subsection B and some of it is in subsection E. So in order to be consistent with the intent of subsection C, this local law would add subsection E to the reference to this section so that it clearly, the 18,000 square foot clearly applies no matter how big the lot is in any district. So this is a technical amendment just to clarify the intent of what we recently did.
Okay, anyone from the board have any comments? Anyone from the public have any comments?
The entire alphabet.
No one have any comment? I'll make a motion to close the public hearing on local law, amending section 116-17-1C of the Village Zoning Code.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to take action
Want to proceed?
here.
The first would be a resolution resolved that the Board of Trustees finds that this proposed local law will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment, obviously.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Then a resolution to enact this proposed local law as local law number 5 of 2017.
Make that motion.
Second? Roll call vote. Trustee Yaz?
Aye.
Trustee Irving?
Aye.
Mayor Epley?
Aye.
Trustee McCann?
Aye.
Trustee Hattrick?
Aye.
So moved.
Okay, now any communications to the board?
Resolutions. Item 1, resolve that the reading of minutes for the public session of June 8th, 2017 be dispensed with, and those minutes be accepted as filed by the village administrator, that the actions taken at that meeting be and hereby are ratified and approved. Have a motion?
I make the motion.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the claims for the warrants dated June 20th, 2017 totaling $75,912.25, warrant 1 general fund payables, $400,868.78, warrant 2 general fund, $32,538.92 trust fund, and $154,311.32 capital reserve fund be ordered and approved. Got a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Page 1, Carl and Jack's clothing for the DPW department, $2,268. East Coast Mining and Materials, carting fees for the highway department, $12,580. Page 2, Fluid Imagery, Wi-Fi at the Cultural Center, $3179.96. Lynch's Garden Center, going on to page 3. Park Supplies, $2,167.48. Norsec & Son, carting for the highway department, $4,685.33. Office of the State Controller, April court fines, $14,480.50. Ronco Cleaning Supplies, $1,177.44. Town of Southampton, 2017 contribution towards CTV, $19,372.77. Truck King International, fire truck repair, $1,298.57. And VHB Engineering for the Agawam Park Design and Bathroom, $6,423.52. Warrant Admin Computer Services, software maintenance agreement for PD, $21,217. B&H Photo, camera for the boardroom here, $3,225. Postal Fire Systems, stand for the fire department, $3,485. Cook Marin Insurance installment, $2,238.53. Page 2, CoreLogic Real Estate Tax Services is a tax cert, $12,474.93. General Code Publishers Annual Maintenance Agreement, $6,376. Page 3, Gary Gillespie reimbursing a computer purchase, $1,939.97. New York State Health Insurance on page 4, $299,184.99 for July. Page 5, Orient Safety Products, road flares, $1,479 for PD. Pursuit Auto Emergency, Kawasaki lights, $2,038.15. Page 6, Rosemont Construction, paving on Gin Lane and Hampton Road, $8,195.51. Page 7, Veripic software maintenance for PD, $3,638. Verizon phone bill, $3,748. Page 8, WB Mason court cabinets, $1,699.98. Weber and Braun HVAC service contract for fire department, $2,450. West Marine radar for the rescue boat, $2,527.98. And Whitmer Associates fire equipment for the fire department, $4,842. Further discussion? Trust fund, a bunch of payments for the July 4th parade. American Celtic Pipe Band, $2,200. American Patriot Services, $2,300. Banjo Rascals, $1,275. Braun Marketing for the appeal, $2,213.92. Dominic Cuccia for the $2,500 for the parade. Eastern Long Island pipe and drum, $1,200. Long Island Varsity Drum Corps, $1,400. Lou Saxon Music, $3,000. North Shore Golf Cart Services, $1,000. Saffron United Pipe Brand, $1,650. Sag Harbor Community Band, $1,000. Richard Siegler, $1,800. Patriot Brass Ensemble, $2,400. And Westchester Brassman Drum Corps, $6,000. Last warrant, Capital Reserve warrant, Alliance Systems Integrators, one payment for $1,298.14 and $49,300. This is the new alarm system and camera system down at Cooper's Beach. Mayday Communications, radios for PD, $4,031. Motorola Solutions, radios for the fire department, $20,594.68. And National Auto Fleet Group, 2 fire chief vehicles for $79,087.30. Further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Item 3, resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the hiring of Gary Benham as a lifeguard at Cooper's Beach for the 2017 on an hourly cost of $16. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves increasing the hourly salary of the following lifeguards to $13.50 an hour for becoming OSHA certified: Margaret Purcell and Caroline Palumbo. Have a motion?
Make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the hiring of Nicholas Johnson as a grasshopper for the Parks Department at an hourly salary of $10 for the 2017 season. Can I have a motion?
I make the motion.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves an increase of Theodore Raffles III salary to $10 an hour at the beach. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the hiring of Marina Cirillo as a lifeguard for Cooper's Beach at an hourly rate of $9.50. Can I have a motion?
So
Second?
second.
All in favor? Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the attached schedule of budget transfers to eliminate overages for the period ended May 31st, 2017. Can I have a motion?
Make the motion.
Second? Second. Discussion? Item 1, $47,000 out of highway personal, with $2,400 going into clerk personal, $250 into trust personal, $950 into justice court personal, $100 into mayor personal, $100 into assessment personal, $600 into law personal, $300 into safety inspection personal, $400 into safety inspection overtime, $1,700 into safety inspection part-time, $39,600 into parks personal, and $600 into parks seasonal. Item 2, $200 coming out of central garage going into central garage personal. Item 3, $200 coming from building personnel into building overtime. Item 4, $37,000 coming from highway personnel, $7,300 from employee benefits medical, with $44,300 going into refund building inspector fees. Next item is $5,500 from garage contractual, $2,500 going to buildings utilities, and $3,000 to building supplies. Next item is $4,000 from fire contractual into fire utilities. Next item is $2,500 from highway clothing going into fuel. Next item is $1,800 from employee benefits medical, $2,050 in Cooper's personal, going with $550 going into Cooper's equipment, and $3,300 into Cooper's material and supplies. Last item is employee benefits medical, $4,000 out into, with $2,000 going to park supplies and parks contractual. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 9, resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the following payments from the capital reserve account subject to permissive referendum. $50,000, $50,598.34 from the facilities reserve going to Alliance System Integrators. Mayday Communications, $4,031 out of major equipment reserve. Motorola Solutions, $20,594.68 from fire equipment reserve. And National Auto Fleet Group, $79,087.30 from fire equipment reserve. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Last one was resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the mayor's appointment of Mark Greenwald to the Zoning Board of Appeals with a term expiring June 30th, 2020. Have a motion?
Make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 2 discussion items. One is the Hamptons Marathon, which is scheduled for September 23rd, 2017, from 8 to 2. It's a repeat of last year's event.
It was a good event, brought a lot of people, and it was, I think, a success. So I'd like to make a motion to authorize the Hamptons Marathon to be held on 9/23/17 in accordance with their application.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next one is tentative agreement, which is subject to Director Peach's review on Dune Beach plantings. Gary, you want to explain a little bit of this, or?
Anthony Hume contacted me, representing the property owner to the west of the Dune Beach walkway on Meadow Lane. They've done a lot of shrub work on their property, and because of the proximity of our public bathrooms and walkways to their house, they have a nice view from their upper floor. And they came in first trying to do a 70-30 contribution for shrubs on our property to help screen that out. Mark and I spoke about this, and we went back and said we prefer that they pay for the whole thing, which they agreed to. So you have a planting plan, is basically a second draft that shows plants sporadically along the walkway and around the bathrooms, which will grow up and just basically screen us out from them. You will still see the restrooms and the walkway from Meadow Lane. They will also install the irrigation on our system and maintain everything for about a year's time. At that point, we will take it over and agree to maintain it. You also have an agreement there that they drafted that we still have to have Rick review, but I'm in favor of it. The main changes we did there is I took some of the screening out just so there's a little more openness so you can see the walkway from the road, so there's no security issues. And then we asked and they agreed to come in and take out any invasives on the property, just phragmite, loose stripe, other things that are growing there. So I'm in favor of it moving forward. No cost to us at this point. We will just have to maintain in the future.
No, it's an easy thing for me to support here, so.
Probably a $50,000 donation in plants.
Yeah, so I'm appreciative.
It's nice because I know that we have a lot of beach plum plantings down there, but they're also adding an additional 75.
Yeah.
Which is great because sometimes they're not in the best shape down there. Some years it's great, and I've been down there looking at them, and they're not all that great.
People fight over them. People fight over harvesting them.
I know. Yeah.
So they're looking to put it in?
They're putting 75 more in.
Screenage from their new construction?
Yes. It'll help beautify the area we have there too. I don't see any detriment to it at all. I was a little concerned with the first plan with security because it screened out the whole roadway, but they adjusted that, so it's open now.
Any projected cost on it? What it would be when we take it over?
No, not to maintain. It would be the first year that they would cover, so nothing would fail. Other than that, if we have $50,000 worth of plants and they die, then we can certainly pick and choose what we have to replace. Most of them are just cedars, fairly inexpensive. And if they don't make it in a year, and we have irrigation on it, they should make it thereafter.
And the irrigation is coming off of the restroom there?
Yes. It'd
Any
be
idea
one.
what that cost a year for the gallons?
I really don't. It would be one drip line that would go over the whole thing. I don't think it's going to matter too much.
I think it's win-win.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is.
It is.
Rick, you want to look at the agreement and then?
Actually, I don't need to anymore. I had looked at it before I came here, but I didn't have the planting plan.
Okay.
I'm going to get a yes.
I wanted to make sure that there wasn't a planning plan. There was a planning plan that you guys had all agreed to. It's all going on village property, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Are
If
they
you're
doing the
satisfied with the planning plan,
They're doing all the
the
installation.
agreement matches what Gary described, we don't have any responsibility until everything's put in and installed and operating, and eventually we'll have to maintain it.
What happens in case where they're putting in all of the shrubbery? What if somebody gets hurt on that job? I mean, are they insuring or indemnifying us for that?
Well,
or-
we could ask for that.
I think we should.
I would think they already carry
Village.
liability, but we could
Yeah.
ask them to extend it to us.
Yeah, I think we should.
I can do that.
Also be an additional insured on there.
Yes, and that's what we'll ask for.
Standard.
Yeah, standard, so before they do any work, so. Any other questions, comments, concerns about this? So, okay. So we need a resolution authorizing mayor to sign this agreement with AJR Meadow Lane LLC. Let's make that motion.
Make that motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Good. Okay. Comments from the board? Trustee Yaz?
So, first off, I want to thank everyone who showed up for this election. Michael, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And Mayor and Bill and Nancy. I think the biggest winners of it is the village itself. The fact that 800-plus voters showed up. There hasn't been a turnout like that in years. It's a good thing, it's a healthy thing. So I applaud people for showing up and listening to the issues, the debates. The debate was well attended. So the village, the taxpayers and the voters are the winners here because they're involved, and I implore you to remain involved. Don't fall asleep till the next election. And with that, as well, I would also like to congratulate the leaving of our esteemed counselor over here, Rick DePetris. The years I've been on the board, you've been been a good friend, but you've also you've given me a lot of counsel and advice on a lot of the stuff. I don't know anybody who has more knowledge of local village laws than you, I must say. I don't think anybody can move their wrist in the opposite direction as well as you can.
I knew there would be some additional color.
I am very impressed on that physical acumen.
As well as tennis playing.
I guess so, something there. So thank you for your years of service to the village. And again, from my personal part, thank you for how you've helped and guided me through these years, both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. So,
It's been a pleasure working with you and all of the others.
thank you. And of course, boss, I want to thank you as well for your getting me involved in this stuff in the first place. As a few days ago, I probably wasn't thanking you, but I do thank you for roping me into this stuff 10 years ago, just about. I really have enjoyed every minute of it. Every minute I've enjoyed working with everybody in this room, for and against. I'm proud to be part of this board, and I'm proud to be working with Michael going forward. We have a good board, good people, good talent, good support staff, which will continue. Like I said, an honor to be on this board every time and to serve alongside with Michael. And I will do anything for him, just as I've offered to do for Honorable Mayor Mark Eppley for the past 10 years. So, again, thank you, everybody.
Michael?
Boy, that was tough to But Rich, you're a very formidable opponent. Thank you. You kept me running, believe me. You weren't easy, and Mark, it's been a pleasure to serve with you.
Thanks, Michael. Thank you.
And the other thing I wanted to say is that all the people that came out in the village and all the people that supported, I mean, we had 800 votes. I mean, that's pretty spectacular, and I hope the enthusiasm continues going forward, because that Southampton could benefit from a lot of the people that I saw that were very talented and very gifted people that could give a lot. On another note, the Frankenbacks have had a tough week, and years ago when I was first married, I think I was barely 22, 23 years old. I lived in a little tiny apartment on a Monday Street. There's that white house that has all the plantings in there. Well, it's got an apartment that I think is about the size of that table there, Julie. And my wife and myself were living there. Boo was next door. He had a little golden golden puppy, and he called it McGillicuddy. And that dog kept coming into the yard, and Boo would come in the yard, and he used to sing to it. I would hear him wandering around his yard singing this song to McGillicuddy. And, you know, to this day, I can hear it just like I was there. And Southampton is certainly going to miss him, and our condolences to that family, without a doubt.
Well, that's very true. Very true. Thanks, Michael.
Nancy, I don't know if I'm going to get through this without crying. Can't. You can go.
Anyhow, a couple of things. I want to tell you, Mark, that there are a number of reasons why I'm glad I came back on the board, but none greater than seeing just what a terrific guy you were and a job you did, and I can't applaud you enough. You're terrific. Rick, back in 2000, I had to have my left knee replaced, and one of the reasons I gave the doctor was Rick and his twin brother hitting to my backhand all the time, and I want you to know I've forgiven you for that, Rick. I do want to tell you a Boo Frankenbach story. I played golf with Boo for a long time. And when my wife and I moved here in 1960, she was very friendly with Ben Hull's wife. They'd gone to school together, and we soon became, and of course, Boo's wife was Kathleen's sister, and we became great friends with her. But anyhow, we played golf, and one day on the 11th hole at Southampton, a day I'll never forget, we were playing, it was John Barucki and Duke McCulley were playing, myself and Boo. And we always played high-low, highest score loses a couple of bucks, lowest score gains a couple of bucks. And Barucki hit his in the middle of the fairway. Boo and I both hit ours in the middle of the fairway. McCulley got up and he hooked one deep into the woods on the left, had to put down another ball. Now he's hitting three, sliced that deep into the woods on the right, put down another ball and hit that in the beach grass that used to grow there before the fairway. Anyhow, by the time McCulley got out of the beach grass, he lay 7. And I thought, well, at least we don't have to worry who's got high. He's got it all wrapped up. Until Boo stepped up there and played the wrong ball and automatically lost the hole. Since which time, if you ever saw my golf balls, I paint them up so vividly in red that nobody will ever play my ball again. Boo was a wonderful guy, great fireman, of course, and was on the village board back many years ago when I was on the board, and a terrific friend, and dearly will miss him. End of story. You can come back. You can make a comeback.
So,
you can be the comeback trustee of the year.
Yeah, right. No, it's just, I always say I have the cry gene. My parents had it, I have it, I inherited it. Sorry, but I get emotional over happy and over sad. I'm happy for you. I'm sad you're leaving, but you know what? You've been a great mayor. We've learned a lot from you. I'm grateful for that. And thank you for all going out to vote. Sorry.
Okay.
Get this back.
Thanks.
Yeah. Fireworks. I'm going to try to. Fireworks for the Fresh Air Home Friday night, June 30th, down on Meadow Lane. And, the organization meeting here will be at July 3rd on Monday, 4:45. You guys will be taking oath of office on the steps out here. I wish everybody, much good luck here. Rick, 23 years, the best. Absolutely been a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you. Same here.
Yeah. So, Steve, Gary, Tom.
You have the cry gene too.
I do. My kids will tell you.
Yeah, right.
Julie, thank you. This board, fantastic people. My family. Thank you.
Did you get that, Charlie?
Yeah. Let's just go to the public comments. So, but thank you to the Village of Southampton. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. 12 years, they tell you don't blink, man.
I know.
So.
Quite fast.
So we have a second public comment. Anyone from the public would like to speak?
I'm Bruce Bachman, live at Halsey Neck Lane here in the village, and I hate to start the evening off this way, but I have a terrible concern. As I look at the group up here, we have an ex-mayor, we have a mayor, we have a prospective mayor, we have a deputy mayor.
Me.
And
Trust
that's,
me.
I'd like to
Olivia
ask
de
you,
Havilland.
I'd ask you, as one of your last jobs, to see if we can get a proper title for Nancy, so I'm not hungry for it in the future. I'm sorry, after all these heartfelt comments, I really feel a little bit maybe out of, my timing isn't right, but I've been involved with all of you for 3 years now. I think it's been. I remember last time I got up to speak here, you had just made a presentation of financing for a pumper or something, and the whole fire department was here. And I got up to speak, and everybody left. And I felt, oh, this is not going to be a great night. But anyways, I just wanted to say I've had a wonderful experience. Rick, we don't know each other very well, but we've had a couple of back and forth. But Mark, I think I've had some wonderful experiences with you. I've appreciated the way you've listened to my remarks and comments, and I also have appreciated very much comments outside of this room, discussing things seriously, and I really enjoyed all of that. And just as a citizen and not anybody on the board, I want to thank you for the job you've done. And I will promise you that we will all work with Michael to keep things going here. I think things are getting more complicated in the village every year. And I just hope that, what's that? And we'll make them even more complicated if you want. I mean, you're really
Making me feel better, Bruce.
No, he's making me feel better, actually.
Anyways, I just want to thank you very much on behalf of a whole group of people that I work with and know, and thank you for the job you've done. And thank you, Rick, for the work you've done as well. And good luck, Michael. Good luck, Richard and Nancy and Bill, as we all work ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You still have a minute left on the clock if you want to be more generous. Continue.
Zoe, you look great.
My name is Zoe Kamitsis, and 3 years ago, we started together this group, and especially you, the Southampton Village Dog Park. And I'm here because there were a whole lot of people with 4 legs that asked me to come and thank you. And I cannot tell you, it's become a village square. It has added so much to Southampton Village. It has made people relate to each other. It has made people understand each other. And it's been not only a great place for the dogs, and every kind of dog you could find at Westminster Dog Show is at the Southampton Village Dog Park. All you have to do is sit there, and from hour to hour, you see every breed and every possibility and every fight or argument and all the trash talking that dogs do so well. But thank you. Mayor Epley, I think you were at every single meeting we had to start this dog park, and you were on our side, and we had a tough convincing job to do, but you were a big part of why it happened, and we are forever and eternally grateful to you.
Well,
thank you so much.
Thank you, and you made my life easier because my wife has always been an advocate for the dog park, and you guys helped make it happen and you raised the money.
It's such a great addition.
And this was, this board.
This board,
was-
this
yeah.
board, thank you so much.
You know what we did?
Each and every one of you. It's just, it's a wonderful place to go to. And it's become a wonderful place for people that are older to sit and watch their dogs exercise
The
instead
people
of having.
socialize when the dogs socialize.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
You know what we did? We found the right spot.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And that was always the
It's
piece,
perfect,
is where do you find the right spot? And so we
And
found the
it's-
right team of people to make it happen. Gary's a big part of this. You guys raised a lot of money, and it was an easy thing for us to
Well,
support.
we're very
so,
grateful to you.
yeah,
And we
well,
had to
thank
come to your last board meeting and really express all of the woofs that we could.
Where are the dogs?
They're not allowed.
Thanks. Thank you. Anyone else from the public would like to speak? Okay. All right, so we're going to make the motion to close the public session. Second executive.
Second.
Thanks.
All in favor?
Aye.